Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Marvel's Secret Invasion Episode 4, titled Beloved. Fury makes some hard sacrifices. Now, this is the shortest episode of the series so far, being under 40 minutes including title and credits, but given what we found out at the end of the last episode, we may well be getting some character driven scenes instead of action ones, which could explain the shorter runtime. But then again, based on the thumbnail, it may not just all be character stuff. But gonna be completely honest, I missed who was talking on the phone to Priscilla at the end of the last episode. I did not pick up on whose voice that was. Everyone else seemed to, but I guess I'm an idiot. But yes, that was Don Cheadle on the phone. Rhodey. Does raise the question as to how long he's been a Skrull? He was up the top of many people's lists as Skrull potential, but yeah, he is apparently the high-ranking US Skrull that Nick got info on. Looking back at the episode with that knowledge, there is also the fact that Rhodey called him Nick when he was firing him, and Fury scoffed at that. That can be seen as either disbelief that he was being fired, or him realizing that Rhodey isn't Rhodey. Yeah. Final note before we start this is everyone seemed to pick up on the guy in the scarf seemingly watching Priscilla at the train station, and he turned away when she looked at him. Yet no one commented on the woman pushing through the crowd behind her, seemingly following her on the platform. So, likely she was being tailed by a Skrull to make sure that she actually goes through to the safety deposit box and everything. And I wonder which Skrull that would be. Is that the Rhodey Skrull? Is it Gravik? Was it Talos? Was it Gaia? No, because Gaia was shot. Never mind. Yeah. Anyway, let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. I am interested as to why Gravik doesn't want Fury, like, taken by the Russian. Why did he get Rhodey to um defend him and all of that? Unless Rhodey was taken between the UN, not UN meeting, but and when he met with Fury. That may have been it. Especially considering the British Prime Minister is a Skrull and on the council, so does she know that Rhodey is a Skrull? Or does Gravik hide things from even the other members of his group? I guess you'd think he'd have to, otherwise the one that left would have told tell us about. Yeah, this is not surprising. I didn't pick up on this. I actually thought that, well, to be honest, I didn't remember the fact that there were more Emilia Clarke scenes in the trailers until the episode breakdowns and all that came out. But then I just reasoned that that must be the human one. But, well, we now have at least 2 Super Scrolls on the board. One for seemingly each side. It is. I do want to know whether he did get the rest of the council to agree to being Super Scrolls, or if it is just him. Also, does he have all of the powers at this point, or is he just going to progressively get one each episode till in the final episode he's got all 4 to match him with the Fantastic Four? Well, approximately to the Fantastic Four, considering there's no actual air element in the mix to match him to Susan. Because he's got fire with Human Torch and Extremis. He's got rock with Cull Obsidian and the Thing. He's got water with Mr. Fantastic and Groot. There's no air. He's got ice. Because in case you didn't know, the Fantastic Four are technically elemental based. Paris. 2012, the year of the Avengers. I've heard that name. this is the stark con- uh, contrast to that scene. Well, I really shouldn't do recordings when I have a headache. Fortunately, I need to do this one as soon as possible. Hmm. Interesting. That almost sounds like it's it's not working on graphics orders. Also, does she know she's bugged? So we just saw Beta and Pagan, so apparently neither of those were the ones on the sub. Why did Beta come out of that van to walk onto the plane, to then walk off the plane, heading back towards the van? thinking if you do get amnesty for the million, you and you're going to use taking down international threat like graphic and all that, you might be able to get some leniency in green people walking around the planet. Especially like, just look over Norway. They've got half alien things. I really shouldn't call those kids things, but you know what I mean. There's a whole lot of empty spaces on this planet that Skrulls can live as a settlement. Sort of like what Gravik's doing now, except without the whole, you know, trying to kill off the human race thing. I know the man's half blind, but do you really think he didn't see that? She knows he knows. Now, is that the loving her that you'd do different? Well, wouldn't do different? Or all the things that brought you to this? Not the same kind of long game. When it's someone you would be attracted to. If I was dying and didn't want people to know, and someone offered to continue on as me, I'd probably say go ahead. That way people wouldn't know that I died. I had a feeling there was going to be a draw scene when they put them both on the table. They both missed. Well, purposely missed. That was very much, even if it, without him saying that, that was very much a, I would like to say yes, but. Am I supposed to know who she is? Well, I know who he is. Okay, Rhodey's the female skull. That's not that surprising. Considering Pagan was Electra. If I chucked out a glass of scotch my dad poured for me, he'd probably be like, "What the fuck? I would have drank that." I don't think I would have got strangled for it, but we don't have a relationship with scotch in our ancestry, like, not even really ancestry, that's more of a culture, but I guess I'd be the same if he threw out one of my ciders. Yeah. So, some way to turn him back into a scroll form? I was about to say, does he really think he can throw Nick Fury out a window? But Skrull strength, probably yes. I do wonder if they are going to bring out the weapon that they made in the comics, the one that turns Skrulls into their natural form. And again, that did take the mind of Reed Richards to make, so. Not a half bottle, just a couple glasses. Don't Skrulls have advanced healing? I'm surprised that guy's still in a sling from what Nick did to him. Yes, because that's not going to look suspicious, Rhodey. It's a very small launcher. You let Fury have a pump action. Now there goes your Russian disguise. And how exactly are you going to get him out of that? Because you can't really rip that door off. But apparently, scroll punches are stronger than bullets. Every single one of them was literally standing still. You'd really think that if it was a matter of worry, any of the numbers standing behind that line would have done something about it. It's through the shoulder, so maybe closer to long because of the way the jacket would have moved. I don't think there's going to be extremists reversing this one. So at the end, yep. Well, they're going to kill off a character every episode. Yes, I know technically they didn't kill off someone in this last episode. And, well, they didn't in episode 2. That was Fury going home to his wife, but, like, you get what I mean. Why'd they have to kill the Aussie? Like, it's not surprising that he died. Many people were expecting him not to make it out of this series. I was expecting him to go down in the final battle, like, on the one hand, that probably did help his goal. He literally gave his life to save the president and all of those British soldiers, at least, would have seen that. So, I mean, that probably did help in proving that they aren't all bad. Plus, it's given the fact that there are shape-shifting aliens, the knowledge of that to those soldiers. And if Fury can get to them and say, those guys weren't actually Russians, they were the same race as him, just a small extremist group, then that may be able to help mitigate any of the attempts at starting World War III from the American side. Wonder how that's going to go down with Gaia in that. Because, well, the last thing she said to her dad was basically calling him delusional, that his plan's not going to work, and that if he doesn't have a plan, there's no point her sticking with him. And now she's going to find out that her dad died at the hands of Grivik, who apparently is also responsible for her mum's death. And yeah, that's going to go down well. On a lighter note, they turned Khaleesi into a dragon, or potentially could. Because if you remember in Iron Man 3, Killian was able to breathe fire. So, they turned the mother of dragons into a dragon. Yeah, it's gonna be real funny if they do actually do that. Like, just turn her into a fire-breathing human. Because we know they've got some form of... all of them have some form of fire projection. It's just Aldrich Killian had a refined version that allowed him to A, handle it more, and B, focus it into a fire breath. And apparently Tony Stark helped to stabilize it after the events of Iron Man 3 to make it so it doesn't have the whole spontaneous combustion version that they were handing out. So maybe he also was able to help them refine and focus it. Who knows? But yeah. Well, I was technically right in what I was saying about Gravik at the start of this episode. In the last episode, he got fire. In this episode, he got a wood version of water. In the next episode, he may get rock with Cull Obsidian. And then whatever the Frost Beast is doing for air, who knows? Like, really, the only thing that I can think of with frost and air would be creating a mist blanket, which is not the Invisible Woman's powers. Like, you can't exactly do... I mean, he could do ice form and make it, like, really pure ice. You know, that one that is basically invisible? That could work. We have no reason to believe the Frost Beast is able to do that. Otherwise, it probably would have done that in either of the times we saw it, so... But there isn't anyone in the MCU that has um, either shielding powers or invisibility, so it makes sense that they couldn't give him the full thing. But, yeah. That was a upsetting ending to this episode. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. I'll catch you in the next one.